I love you. 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 I love you.
A processor processes processors when processing processors are processed. That's okay, Beanbag. Sometimes we forget where the on switch is. This is lesson MCADG-A11, queuing the industry and building your first construct. In this lesson, you will learn how mined oids and minerals are turned into constructs. Before we go back to the recipe of the generator unit depot, let's see what we can produce from the element depot itself. Click on the industrial mode. Then click on the elemental depot. This is a list of everything it can produce. On the right hand side is the power it takes to build. The more valuable the piece, the more power is necessary to build it. Click on the question mark of the first one. Does this look familiar? It's the recipe list again. Similar to the generator unit depot. This is the element defense flight protocol. It is oid based drone force recog specifications. Industrial part, its mass, what it's made from. Do you see zetoid and deltoid? And what it's used to make. Alright, the generator unit depot begins with elements from this list. We need to know what they are. Do you remember how to get there? Build mode, depositories, generator unit depot, question mark. The generator unit depot is made up of these components. If you recall, we had already mined for enough minerals and oids. What we need to know is what does it take to build each one of these. That we'll find in here. Let's click on the first one, P-trans panels. These two elements create the P-trans panel component. P-trans receptor and P-trans collector. We're going to go in the filter list and start typing what we want. As we type it, it'll filter out. There's a receptor, there's a collector. We need one of each. And it's queued. Let's go back. Next one, depository blueprints. Depository processor, depository power core. There they are. If ever you need more than one, as opposed to clicking it twice, we have the repeat button. By highlighting the repeat button and giving a quantity, it'll produce more than one. If we do not give it a quantity, it'll infinitely produce them, as long as you have enough. Generator unit AI. There's another processor. Generator unit Recog. A second processor. We already have one. Repeat times 2. The generator unit Recog. It's not in this list. This piece is produced in the Foundry depot. We'll come back to it. Generator unit collector. Converter, collector. Collector, a second one. P-trans converter. Receptor. High-grade oid frame, insulated bonding agent. Now the one that I'm missing. For the generator unit depot, we'll have to do it from the Foundry. Once everything is queued, we can push this box to the side. We'll need it again. This we can put to the side or close it, is up to you. Now there are two important things to remember for the industry to work. You must have available power or your items will remain queued until you do. According to this, wiring mode, 500 available power. It is being charged, so it will rejuvenate. Press spacebar and watch it happen. Pay attention to the quantities going down. A few things can happen here. Either it hangs, which means it's not producing anything anymore. If that's the case, verify your power. You don't have enough. If it goes red, you are missing a piece. Spacebar to be done. Next one. We need generator unit AI, the generator unit Recog. That we find, this we can close, that we find in our Foundry depot. The minerals. The Foundry depot is based on the minerals. These are binary agents, and they are processed here using the minerals. We repeat the steps of the elemental depot and produce what we need. Pay attention to the power here. You can see they are significantly higher than the elemental depot. It takes a lot more to produce. Let's search for the binary agent generator unit recog. There it is. We just need one. Spacebar. It produced. Pause again. Now, based on our generator unit depot, we have all the parts that are necessary to make these pieces, which will lead us to build the unit depot itself. Click on the assembly depot. The assembly depot will have these components. Again, notice the power. Some are higher than others. Before we can make these pieces, do you know what is missing? If you said there is no power, you'd be right. If we look at our wiring mode, assembly depot is offline. That is no good. Turn it online. Do you know how? Do you remember how? Generator unit. Now which one is it? Highlighting over one will highlight on the screen. What else could we do to help us understand which one is for which depot? Rename. By clicking on one, this is the one for the Foundry. We could rename it at the top over here. This is for the base Foundry. Let's rename the other. Elemental. Great. Now you know which one is which. If you followed the rule of thumb like I did, using the shortcut power links, I know my first one to the right connects to the gather. I will remove the elemental depot, second one, the one on the left. Notice on the screen it is removed from the elemental depot, and I will power it to the assembly depot. The assembly depot now has power. Does it have enough? If you're not too sure, or you would like to give it that extra boost, charge using the second generator that was from the Foundry depot. Now you have two generators pointing to one, giving it that extra boost. Let's go to the assembly depot, and you can see now the available power bumped up, adding the two generators together. We definitely have enough power now. All right, time to cue the industry. Let's go to the industrial mode. Select your assembly depot, and you're going to cue the parts necessary. And there you have it. The 5 pieces to make the generator unit depot. When you're finished, unpause and watch the magic. Remember the rules. If it hangs, there's not enough power. If it turns red, you're missing a piece. If anything happens that you want to remove, including the ones that go red, X them out. Pause again. We have all the pieces now to make our generator unit depot. And now for the mainframe depository. The steps are all similar to what we just did. You'll notice this will begin to get easier as you understand how this process works. Eventually, you'll be so efficient, you'll be mining and producing enough for more than one at a time. That is efficiency, and that is necessary to advance very far in this game. Click on the storage containment unit just before your mainframe depository. Here is your list of items. These are the list necessary to produce your generator unit depot. So let's click on that mainframe depository. All your depots are here. Now, if we queue it right now, but there is no power connected to the mainframe depository yet, this will not work until we do have power. Wire mode. We just need one. Let's take it from the Foundry, considering it already has full power. Branch it to your mainframe depository. Unpause the game. And it's produced. Congratulations. You've just produced your first depository, ready to be applied on the terrain. You will now find your depository in the storage at the end. Industry mode. Storage. There's your generator unit depot. Now can you repeat the steps to create the gather unit depot? Because as you can clearly see, you cannot have one without the other. Go through the steps, and I will see you in the next chapter. Alright, Beanbag, now that you know where the on switch is, do you know where the off switch is?